This arcade game back in the 80s is allegedly responsible for almost killing some kids and even causing some of them to end their own life. The game was called Polybius, an arcade game that was only released in different arcades around the Portland, Oregon area. You see, the whole point of this game was to shoot some sort of ship while some geometrical patterns would continue to flash on the screen. This game was so addicting that kids were literally fighting each other just to get a turn. But get this, you see, the kids that were fighting over this game were actually going home and suffered from insomnia, amnesia, night terrors, and even hallucinations. But yet they kept coming back again anyways, to the point where it was even like a compulsive thing. Some would say they literally almost went insane, to the point that they would take their own lives or just simply vanish. However, there's no physical evidence that this game ever existed. As a matter of fact, the name Polybius is the name of a Greek philosopher whose whole philosophy is this: don't report on anything that you can't see. You see, what you can see and what there's actually paper trail evidence of is that there was men in black suits visiting these arcades in Portland during the time in 1981. These men in the black suits were the FBI, who supposedly were going around checking these arcade machines to see who had the high scores, because there'd be potential witnesses and gambling schemes that were happening in these arcades. As a matter of fact, the Bureau made 52 arrests back in 1981 in Portland alone. And also, there was the Portland illnesses back in 1981, where 2 confirmed cases of kids got extremely ill because of the arcade. One of the kids' name was Michael Lopez, who allegedly got a migraine while playing one of these games, to the point to where he would just walk home, find himself unconscious, and wake up in an area that he had no idea where he was at. And another kid suffered from such bad insomnia that he stood up for 28 hours playing the game, all on the same day. So there's 3 possibilities, or theories if you want to say, surrounding this game. Theory number 1, it just never existed, and it's just some sort of elaborate hoax or urban legend. Theory number 2 is that, you see, Atari actually during that time was really big. So what they would often do is test unnamed or ridiculously named games in different arcades silently, so that way their competitors couldn't copy them. And then they would retrieve the data and see if this game was going to be successful or not. That's probably the one that's more realistic, people would say. Or theory number 3, you see, we already know that MK Ultra was a real thing, and supposedly Polybius was some sort of military test to test sensory deprivation into the extremes that it could have, even to the youth, all as a way to extract more information from our enemies. Because you see, the military creating simulations that would later turn into games isn't anything new. That's how Doom 2 came about.